On this day in 1982, Paul McStay and John Halpin made their Celtic debuts in a 4-0 Scottish Cup win over Queen of the South. There have been few Celtic debuts more eagerly awaited than that of Paul McStay, who burst onto the public consciousness after a stunning display in the England v Scotland Schoolboy International at Wembley in 1980. In an era when there were few live matches broadcast on TV other than cup finals, the annual Schoolboy match was regularly shown live on BBC One's grandstand to a UK-wide audience, and the match of June 1980 was watched by 45,000 fans. Playing alongside Celtic teammate John Sludden, the 15-year-old McStay scored 2 goals in an awesome display that inspired the young Scots to a hugely entertaining 5-4 win. Anyone who wasn't already aware of young McStay now knew this was a player who could be something special, and it turned out he was. 18 months later, McStay was hammering on the door of the first team and played in friendly matches earlier in January. Alan Davidson reported in the Evening Times of the 22nd of January 1982. Billy McNeill today predicted that Celtic support will see the start of a very exciting career at Parkhead tomorrow. Paul McStay, a 17-year-old with a great future in the game, will face Queen of the South in the Scottish Cup. He made appearances in friendly matches at Raith Rovers and Kilmarnock during the freeze-up, but tomorrow's game will be his competitive top-team debut. And his manager has no qualms about giving him his chance at such a young age. Paul is entitled to play in the first team, he stressed. He's there on merit, and although he is a young lad, he has a maturity beyond his years. McStay shared his debut with 19-year-old John Halpin, a lightning-quick winger who was part of a very successful reserve side and who was deputising for Davy Provan. Celtic lined up Bonner, McGrain, Reid, Aitken, McAdam, McLeod, Halpin, McStay, McGarvey, Burns, McCluskey. Subs, Conroy, Moyes. The match was a routine 4-0 win to send Celtic through to the next round, but as well as the 2 debutants, it was marked by that rarest of occurrences, a Danny McGrain goal. After Frank McGarvey opened the scoring on 19 minutes, McGrain's 21st minute strike doubled their lead. It was an untidy one, but that didn't prevent the biggest cheer of the day. David Belcher reported in the Glasgow Herald of the 25th of January. McGarvey laid the ball off, McGrain steamed up in support, drew back his foot for a shot and was tackled simultaneously by 2 Queen of the South defenders. The shot still emerged from the tangle of legs, albeit not quite the angle Danny intended, and bobbed past Alan Ball. It was McGrain's first goal since the spring of 1979. George McCluskey scored the third a few minutes before half-time from the penalty spot, and with Celtic easing up in the second half, it was only in the 85th minute they notched their 4th, to seal a very good debut from John Halpin. The Glasgow Herald reported, "His was the most difficult, most well-taken goal, from an acute angle after Ball had palmed out a Burns shot, and the youngster's performance, along with an authoritative display from 17-year-old McStay, shows the McNeill credo has its up-and-coming disciples." McStay retained his place in the team the following week and scored a brilliant goal on his league debut to seal a 3-1 win over Aberdeen at Pittodrie, and one of the great Celtic careers was well and truly underway.